Hey, this is BlindFox and welcome at my Ration review. Please support the channel, please subscribe and please go and donate on patreon.com. So today's ration we got from Genuine Army Rations on eBay. So this is the last video of our EPA Einmannpacken Combat Ration Individual Type 1 from the Bundeswehr. This is NATO approved. It's in a nice box. You've got some storage instructions there. And it expired June 2020. So let's see what we're going to do for dinner. We're going to have the rest of the bread. We're going to have our, what was this again, blackcurrant jam. We're going to have our beef, pork and potato stew. We're going to have the 2 Oreo chocolates. You can have this throughout the night if you've got something to do in the evening. Don't have to do it with the dinner. We're going to have the other vegetable soup. The coffee you can have later on as well. This is 300 ml. The tea is 450 ml. We're going to have that as well. There is still a lot of gum left and there's some sugar which I'm not going to use. I'll just move this out of the way. And we're going to do the exotic drink mix. So this is what we're going to do for dinner. We've seen how this looks. We've also seen how this looks, so we're going to mix this. Oh, there's some salt still. And this is, so we'll just mix everything up and we will be back. Alright, we've got our whole little litany of drinks. We've got our coffee, we've got our tea, we've got our brothing, we've got our exotic drink. So we'll start with our brothing. And as this is same with the previous broth, it's a very clear broth, but you've got those solids there, which is vegetable pieces. It's not just that it's not mixed properly. This is just vegetable pieces. So before you drink, you just have to sort of stir it up a bit. Nice broth, a bit salty, but nice flavorful vegetable brothy thing. I really like this vegetable broth. It's not a really fatty one. So let's take this out with the bread. The bread, again, a bit strong for the soup. The very nutty taste. It's a nice tasting bread actually. Very nutty, very compact, dense bread. It sort of overwhelms the soup a bit, but you can have it with the soup. I'm not going to drown my bread in the soup, but you can do that as well. I hate bread and crackers and stuff in soup. So let's check out our little jam. This is the blackcurrant jam. Oh, that's what they translated to. When I actually translated this thing, if you want to read there, let's zoom in there. And hope you can read that. So let's do the blackcurrant. And the same with all the other, this is very sort of gelatinous jam. South Africa, the little jams will also get it it's not a very runny jam, so let's taste some. You can see they just want to come out of the little thing. There we go, very dark jam. I don't know if this is berry or currants, but very thick pieces of real fruit in here. Some seeds. Not very, it doesn't have a real big flavor. Definitely some seeds in there. So let's taste this berry jam. Or blackcurrant or whatever this jam, Johannesberry or something like that. And again, the bread is a bit strong for the jam, but you do get a slight jam taste with this. Not bad, it's just I think the bread overwhelms the jam a bit. So let's do our exotic drink. This smells very pineapple-y. Also tastes very pineapple-y. Got sourness to this, so it will be good for your first quenching, but I must say I like the citrus drinks more. I'm just a citrus person. let's do our tea, and then we will go and fetch the food. It should be almost ready. This does have a slight tea smell. This is a lot of tea. They say to mix about 450 mils of water in here. Definite nice tea taste. I must say, the Germans do have a lot of liquid refreshment, what you call it, stuff where you have to use liquid. They've got, let's say, if you count basically everything, you've got 450 mils of tea, so you've got 900 mils of tea, you've got 600 mils of coffee. So already you've got a liter and a half of drinks. You've got half a liter of this, so it is sort of 2 liters of just hot drinks, and then you've got your 4 other drinks, which is also 2 liters of cold drinks. So you have a 4 liter drink allowance throughout the day, for 4 liters of hot and 4 liters of cold. Oh well, I think if you put the hot chocolate in, then you have got still 150 mils more, or the what was it, the cappuccino. But if you don't, I mean, you've got really a lot of drinks to do with liquid and water, so you really won't rehydrate either in summer or in winter with this ration. So let's go and fetch our food. We've got our stew. It's been our beef potato or pork and potato stew. This has been boiling for about 10 minutes. So let's see if we can open this. I hate using knives on aluminium. Alright, we've got our food. We've zoomed in so that we can see what we have. I hope it's focused nicely. There is, I think, potato. I can see there. There is some other stuff. This thing's a bit. There's some meat. Very soupy stew. So there we can see some stuff. Let's try this. Some meat. There's a nice thick sauce. There's potatoes. There's some other stuff there I can't figure out. Definitely meat there. Definitely potatoes there. The sauce is a nice thick sauce. Not extraordinarily nice, slightly spicy. Or not spicy. The flavor is nice and subtle. But there's definitely a flavor. Everything seems to be combined. A bit tomatoey. But this is nice. I'm not really sure what other stuff there is, but definitely a tomato type flavor. Some real pieces of meat I tasted in there, and a lot of potatoes. But this is a nice hearty stew, I think. It's not dry. It's a nice thick sauce. It's not a thin sauce. This is quite good. So the only thing we still have to check is our coffee. Let's taste that. Nice and strong. This called for 300 mils, and I've sort of figured, I think I put in 300 mils, maybe a bit less. I hope. Well, but this, it's nice. I have no problem with coffee. If you want it, you don't want very strong coffee, you can put in even more water. If you want really strong coffee, you can put in less. But this is a nice coffee. I might have put a bit not so much water. Definitely this, for me, this tastes better blackened like this as when I mix it with the cappuccino. It's a lovely way to eat the meal, and you can keep this coffee for late at night. So let's check out one of our chocolates. So there we go. Not really oxidized or separated yet. This is just sort of a piece of chocolate. You just break it anywhere you want. There's no little blocks in there. Not sure what the cocoa contents is, but it is just nice. Smells like dark chocolate. Not a bad chocolate. Perhaps actually a bit sweeter than some of the other chocolates I've had. But it's still a nice chocolate. So what do I think about the meal? The soup is nice, the tea is nice, the coffee is good. I really like this meal, this potato stew thing. Not overly flavorful, but not lacking in flavor. It's a nice balanced. There's nothing that overwhelms this. It's not too tomatoey. It's a nice subtle stew. The jam, again the bread overwhelms the jams a bit. It's a nice jam. You can taste the seed of whatever berry is in here. Is still in there. It's nice. Although we translated to blackcurrant, I think it might be a different berry, but it's not a bad jam. Not very sweet, nice and slightly sour. The pineapple, I'm not really a fan of pineapple. And the chocolate was nice, so it was a nice little dinner. I'm actually glad I chose this one for my dinner and not the other meal, because I think the other one would be a bit better lunch. So that was my meals. I decided to use the jams for my little pre-meal snack, for my little appetizer, because because the jam tin can close. You can close the bread into the tin, and I wasn't really going to have all the jams for breakfast. So, but you can, if you want to, eat all your jams for breakfast and then use the little luncheon meat and the leverwurst for your little appetizer with the crackers. But since we have tuna, I wanted to use the crackers anyway for breakfast, so this is why I decided on my meals how I did it. So that was my German EPA Einmannpacken combat ration individual from the Bundeswehr. Quite nice. So, and I got it from Genuine Army Ration, so go and check him out on eBay. I think he's based in Lithuania. So thanks for watching. Please support the channel, please subscribe, and please go donate on patreon.com.